So it looks like somebody that may have watched my YouTube video on a particular property might be flipping the deal. I was wondering, because I'm like, there are all of a sudden multiple offers on that deal after I made the video on it. So now we're gonna go talk to him and see what's up.
Today I have something very special for you. The trashed fixer-upper I walked through on January 2nd, 2019, yeah, last year, was flipped. But it wasn't flipped by me, because I was robbed. That's right, I was robbed of this flip. And today, we're going to confront the person who stole my flip and stole my profit, all in this video. I'll also go through the exact before and after pricing so we can find out how much the person who stole my flip made off with. It all started with this video and a host of text messages. See, this property hit the market for $499,900 as a total fixer-upper in October of 2018. And for months, I hounded the legendary agent, Dan Ventura, so that I could buy this deal. And after you see all the effort that went into this, you better stay around for the confrontation. You might even learn a thing or two about money and real estate. See, I'd been angling to get into this property since the day it hit the market. And when I was told that, the agent's out of town and might not be able to get in, well, let's just say I happened to take things into my own hands. Wink, wink. See, I later wrote Dan the man a message asking whom I should sue, whom I should call if I happen to go on the property and, trip and hurt myself. Y'all don't really think I listen when someone says no, right? Anyway, the house had my name on it as far as I was concerned. And that's not even to mention the big yeah but it had. But we'll talk about that in a second. See, I was really excited about the deal. I loved the original hardwood flooring. I thought I could restore it. I wasn't worried about the wall paneling. The kitchen was epic. The bathroom, the only bathroom, was great. The rooms were perfect, and you know what? Maybe they were small, but to me, small house meant small budget, and small budget means small risk. The worst thing you could ever do is get tied up on a 3,000 square foot flip, and then the market shifts on you as you have to throw more and more money into an entire large project just to get the thing back to market. Although, let's be real, the place was getting chewed on by a couple termites. They even had their own Grant Cardone exit strategy. Meanwhile, the real pro goes over here and says, looks like termites are making their own exit strategy. Either way, I really did feel like this house needed me, and I'd either flip it or I'd buy it and hold. And so I kept trying. I kept trying to get my offer accepted and kept on going with the jokes with Dan. See, on November 20th, I even asked, I thought for sure after my injury on Catalina, you guys would be sold. Did the other buyers walk? And well, you can see what Dan wrote about my mysterious disappearance, which oddly happened right around the time this video of me getting kidnapped by Grant Cardone surfaced.
Come on, you little bitch, wake up! Come on! Man, screw the small deal, kid.
In case you're wondering, I didn't die. I didn't get kidnapped. I'm here drinking Tennessee whiskey. Or maybe it's apple juice. So anyway, let's get talking about the yabba of the deal. See, it's easy to get excited about properties that need your TLC, your tender loving care to fix those plastered walls, to fix that bathroom and the kitchen and the flooring and get rid of that paneling and deal with the cracks in that concrete front porch. It's easy to deal with these things, but you always have to keep in mind, yabbats stick around even after you deal with some of the abnormalities. And in this case, this place was, well, parked right next to a car or auto body shop. Problem with this is that place isn't going away, so you never know what kind of noise to expect. Now you hope that they only make noise during business hours, but even then, it's kind of tough to Airbnb a place that people are thinking, oh snap, I'm dealing with a car shop while I'm trying to have my bed and breakfast. Now on this particular deal, I even went as far as coming up with a budget for the place. I thought, you know what, all in, roof work, kitchen work, flooring, paint, you name it, I'd be in and out of that deal for no more than $96,000 as a flip. Now keep in mind, when you flip a deal, you usually have to spend a whole lot more money fixing the place up than when you're doing a rental renovation. This is exactly why we got a do-it-yourself property management and rental renovations course. linked below. Well, anyway, after I posted my video and I revealed my own budget, the house ended up mysteriously just so happened to get multiple offers from other people. And this made me really sad. Somebody else ended up buying my flip. By January 31st, 2019, somebody else ended up buying my flip for $385,000. And I really thought I had my numbers straight. This deal existed to increase Kevin's net worth by $100,000, not someone else's. Well, unfortunately, I was dead wrong, and now it's gonna be time to confront the person who ended up buying my flip.
So it looks like somebody that may have watched my YouTube video on a particular property might be flipping the deal. I was wondering, because I'm like, there are all of a sudden multiple offers on that deal after I made the video on it. So now we're gonna go talk to him and see what's up.
Now let's start comparing before and after. Oh, just a heads up, one more thing. I don't wanna sound like a late night TV infomercial kind of dude, but I do wanna say this. On December 26th, 2018, that's 1 year ago from the recording of this video, the real estate investing course sold for $249 with a 10% off coupon. Well, today, the price after a coupon is over $310. Now, why does the price go up? Well, the price has gone up because I've always continued to hold true to my promise that over time, as more course members join, as I analyze more of your deals, and as I add more content to the courses, the price will continue to go up over time. So hopefully, if you're looking for some more business write-offs or rental write-offs for the end of the year, you consider some of the courses linked below. Obviously, confirm that with your CPA, but consider joining, lock in those prices today, and I'm very, very confident you are going to love everything that's available within these courses.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, Kevin?
This place looks familiar.
It does,
Good to see
doesn't
it.
Now, the first question I had after we got the confrontation part out of the way was, why the heck did you pay so much more than I did? What were you seeing in the market that I wasn't? Because everybody was freaking out at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, that we were going to have a massive market crash and go back into recession. We'll also reconstruct his profit in just a moment.
Right.
So you, when you were buying this, it was earlier this year?
Yeah.
Which there was a lot more uncertainty in the market early this year.
Yeah.
And so was your expectation that you were just certain this summer was going to be better?
No, I wasn't certain it was going to be better. I just didn't think there was enough time for things to really get terrible. I didn't realize how good it would get.
Yeah, no kidding.
With the rates dropping and going the other way, and kind of having another, frenzy, another round of buyers.
Now, as we walk inside, remember that broken wall we saw beforehand? Yeah, well, here's the after. Look what they did. It absolutely looks beautiful with that almost Santa Barbara style plaster.
Every time it came on, I was there. I mean, Dan and I, we were like in a text message back and forth battle of, I will buy this.
Yes.
Nobody has, see Dan, I told you, nobody else is buying this. I will buy it. And then you come along and take it. But good job, man. Look at this. This is unbelievable. This is beautiful.
Yeah. Now, I was pretty curious as to why they decided to take the property to the studs, which, in case you don't know, just means removing all of the drywall. And I mean, there was a ton of termite damage, so maybe that is a realistic solution, but I really enjoyed his empowering answer about doing the right thing. Because I remember there's like brick veneer over here, you had like wall paneling. I mean, look at this fireplace, looks great. What'd you do? Is this drywall?
It was
concrete?
It was pretty simple.
It's concrete?
That's like, yeah, it's
concrete?
It's like a plaster, yeah.
Wow.
So,
it was easy.
Well, this room wasn't as difficult. And that's the thing that can be deceiving is when you look at the pictures. I mean, there was some bad furniture and wallpaper, but really this room didn't need much but some LEDs and some decorative lighting. Wow. We did do new drywall, so when we ripped it down to the studs, like I think in your video you talked about maybe not doing that, and wasn't something I necessarily wanted to do. Yeah. But it's so much easier to work on when you do that.
Now, as usual, I always like to ask what the hardest part of a transaction is for somebody, and for Jeff, it ended up being...
Wait, Lowe's was a big delay?
Well, yeah. So Lowe's had subbed out their window company, and they just weren't ready. Sure. And there was a lot of BS, and that can happen. So, that was one of the things where I was upset to let that happen. I would rather order my materials. And I think that's something you do a lot is you order your materials and you kind of handle your materials and then hire your help, which is definitely if you can control that, you can be in a lot more control.
Yeah, it just gets frustrating, you know, with like Lowe's. You get a salesperson pitching you on the sale and how great and smooth everything is, but then they sub it out to somebody else, and that other company is like, oh, we're getting inundated here, you know, and then you get the back burner. So
This is how I deal with custom orders.
now what's crazy is this patio was the laundry room you saw before, that funky sunroom. Then I started expressing my concerns. Remember, my budget was around $100,000 for a flip on this place. They ended up spending much more than what I planned. Now, they also did more, but that isn't always rewarded by buyers unless the market moves. I don't know, I feel like they overspent on this because it's only like 720 square feet, and I would have done my numbers, you know, not overspend this much, because they're going for $665 for like 720 square feet. I mean, you know, $1,000 a foot, you could be over at the beach, you know, like on the water. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But if they're into this for 4 with closing costs, let's say they put 125 in. We know they're between 1 and 150. 525 holding costs, they're in for 550. So you got to sell this thing, you know, you got to sell this thing for at least 610 to make some money here.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But you know, you're at 665 now. How confident are you?
I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
Yeah, we had people threatening cash at 640.
Wow. Yeah. Take it, man. Take and run, man.
As a flipper, the best thing you could hope for is the market appreciating while you're flipping. And given that it took them over 270 days start to finish to do this project, market appreciation would have been a must to make this deal profitable. And we'll see shortly what ended up happening. For now, check out how they redid the garage. I'm actually really impressed they were even able to salvage the garage.
Oh yeah.
You know, so talk to your viewers, you know, about an off market or a pocket market.
Oh, you reframed this thing.
Yeah.
Because this thing was gone.
reinforced
Look at all this.
Yeah,
Oh
it's gone.
wow! I mean, how cool! I'm destroying your property here, but I mean, that is amazing.
My sister did it all up and salvaged it, so put a lot into it, but that was kind of like a make or break, because it would have been, you know what.
Yeah, no. I mean, this looks really well done, though. I mean, for you guys, the PEX plumbing, these. I mean, are these even required by code? The water hammers now, but you put them in, which is awesome. You know, going above and beyond. So this is all licensed contracting work, then, or most of it seems like. So usually you can tell, you go through, people are, you know, cutting corners. I mean, look at this, the 20 amp GFCI tamper resistant. Usually people go to like HD Supply and they buy the cheap non-tamper resistant ones, you know, trying to save the 50 cents on the outlet. So, I mean, it looks like you really did go to the next level here. And why tankless? I mean, why wouldn't you just throw a tank in here to save money? Because these were like, what, $3,000 installed?
It's the buyer that we're going after.
What's just that demographic?
That demographic, the turnkey, the ease.
Now, any problems pumping the hot water over to the house?
They've tested it a couple times and got there, and they'll continue to do it.
Oh, okay.
But there's been no issues.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, back in the house, let's take a look at this kitchen here. They knocked it out of the park. Really good job. Just a reminder, this is what the kitchen looked like before, and just take a moment to admire what they've done here. Now, they are still planning on installing and ducting the micro hood, but that has been saved while they get the property to market. Now, take a look at the bathroom, and honestly, this is where you should look and go, wow, it's amazing what some basic subway tile and bronze trim can do to really turn a bathroom around. Now, something else I found is that Jeffrey purposefully left some things for buyers to do themselves. And in this case, we were talking about...
But this is, you know what, you're looking for, like, if you could find that minimalist person too, this is perfect.
Exactly, it's for a minimalist person, but you do have a lot of room in the backyard. You know, you can do the 10 by 12s. Storage, you can make a little she shed back there.
Oh no, have you been watching that TV commercial?
Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Now, here's something as well that I always talk about in my real estate investing course and do-it-yourself property management course. Spend on the things people touch and see, like light fixtures and Ring doorbells.
Like going to a Ring doorbell and maybe some of the higher end light fixtures, which it seems like you have. You went with like the 4-inch cans instead of the 6. Why the little choices to spend more? Was it just to try to convince somebody that
Really having that finished product?
Okay.
Just wanting to have that appeal.
And I think that's valuable to that person that just wants it done right and perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, we feel about this neighborhood. So a different neighborhood, maybe not.
Is that then your vision sort of for the neighborhood? Like, look how nice we made it. Now we're going to do another one.
And like I said before, it's not all about this one house.
Yeah.
It's about making a presentation to the community. The neighbors saw the work. They see my sign. They see me here all the time.
Right.
And if one of them wants to go list and they want to do like a $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 upgrade before they go to sell, that's going to make a huge.
Here's your sample product. That's awesome. It might also help you buy deals in the future. Now, before we hit the budget, I want to share with you how Jeffrey got the deal and how he financed it. Listen to this. He financed it with a hard money loan. What about financing on this deal? How'd you pull that one off?
So I had it was the best situation you can be in. You have
I like the sound of this so far. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean, for anyone who's taking your class or going to other classes, you want that angel investor. They talk about it, where you have someone who's open-minded enough. They understand that there's risk, and they're open-minded that, hey, if we make money, it's going to be good. If we don't, that's bad. But that'll be our last deal.
Sure.
And it's someone who can trust you to do that. Then you're in a good situation. The tough thing is that if you're pitching someone on that, you've never done it before. You don't have any proof. To do it. So because I had done all that bird dogging for other investors, and because I had worked through these before with other people, I had been there. I just hadn't done the full project on our own. So we feel really good about it.
Sure.
And we'll be doing more. And there's a lot of deals out there. You just got to hunt them down.
Sure. So you were able to buy it all cash essentially because it was private party financing. You didn't have to go through a bank and worry about the condition of the property or fumigation or this, that, or the other. Got it. Okay. And this is how he got the deal. And as far as getting started, just get in there and start bird dogging, start doing some deals.
You just got to get started. The earlier, it doesn't have to be any harder than it needs to be. But you do want to go out and do it. And for us, I had spent enough time doing it. And when I felt I didn't have the knowledge, by the time I did, I felt confident in doing it. And then, like I said, we needed to get our first one done and out of the way. So even though it was a struggle and sometimes you have doubt, you'll work through it, you'll get there. And then it's on to the next one. So we can't wait to see what the future holds.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Kevin.
Hey, appreciate it.
That was good.
So basically, because he had gotten his license and started bird dogging or finding deals for investors, he ended up finding one that he just decided, you know what? I'm going to do this one myself. Now let's do the budget. We know that Jeffrey bought this for $385,000. Now, what absolutely blew my mind is what they listed it for after they fixed it up. It goes to show that I was really, really conservative on my math, which if you take my courses, you'll find that I'm all about minimizing risk. And the lower my top end is, the less risk I face when I'm doing my math. I said my top end would be $600,000. Well, they listed it for $665,000, over 10% more than what I would have listed for. Now, granted, they did have 8 months of real estate appreciation and the minimizing odds of a market recession on their side. Good news for them. Really good that the market started picking up. Now, we know they were on the market from July 31st to October 4th when they closed. That's 64 days, which is not that bad. But keep in mind, it took them over 246 days from purchase to sale. Since they got a hard money loan on this property, they probably paid at least 7% interest on about $550,000 of money, if not more, plus taxes and insurance, which means their holding costs on this deal were hands down no less than $125 per day. Now, I don't have the exact details of what they spent, so I'm doing a little bit of reconstructing here. But at $125 per day times 246 days from purchase to sale, that's $30,750 in basically doing nothing money alone. This is why I teach you in the real estate investing course that time kills you. It's totally unproductive. All right, now let's get to the profit part. So here's what the public sees. They bought this place for $385,000, and here's the surprising part. They ended up selling for $640,000. Yay, market's going up. Sign of the times, good for them, super happy for them. Now, a lot of people look at this and go, wow, $640,000 minus $385, that's like $255,000. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, hate to burst the bubble, but let's be real. You gotta do some subtracting. $640,000 minus selling costs. Because the flipper's a realtor, he didn't have to pay himself money, so let's just say he had to pay 3.5% for fees to sell the place. That's $22,400 off the profit. Now let's subtract those holding costs. Now let's subtract my guess on fix-up. I know they spent more than $100,000.
Exactly.
But you broke 6, right? 6 figures?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely over 6.
Wow. And based on his reaction, I'm guessing they spent closer to $150,000. Let's go with $145 to be safe. Then we've got some acquisition costs to actually buy the deal of about $5,000, and then we have to subtract out what they actually paid for the property. This means net, on this deal, they probably profited just under $52,000. That's actually not bad for a side hustle, even if it took you 246 days to do it. Now, had they gone rental grade on this property, let me show you how I would have wedged this deal. If they bought it for $385,000, I would have had the renovation done within 8 weeks, and I would have probably rental grade only spent $70,000 on this deal with holding costs, if not less. I would not have spent so much money on this deal because rental grade, you don't have to. At a $380,000 purchase price plus $70,000 in rental grade fix-up, I would have been into the deal for $455,000. And if the place, rental grade, was worth $600,000, I would have had a $145,000 wedge deal, and that would have hands down been my best wedge deal of 2019. Now, I ended up finding 3 other really good wedge deals, and I didn't have to pay cash for them, which would have been another stinker. There is an opportunity cost factor of paying cash for a deal like this, and for getting hard money financing. But all in all, Jeffrey, cheers to you, man. Excellent flip. Profit, well-deserved. Congratulations. It's a beautiful property. And you know what the best part is? You did it right. You didn't cut corners. You're not slimeballing the buyer. You're a true professional. Thank you so much for the excellent work you're doing for the community. And folks, thanks so much for watching. Until next time.